A reading from Micah chapter 5, verse 2 through the very beginning of verse 5. But you, Bethlehem Ephrath, though you are small among the clans of Judah, out of you will come for me one who will be ruler over Israel, whose origins are from old, from ancient times. Therefore, Israel will be abandoned until the time when she who is in labor bears a son, and the rest of his brothers return to join the Israelites. He will stand and shepherd his flock in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God. And they will live securely, for then his greatness will reach to the ends of the earth, and he will be our peace. There is so much packed into these short verses. Not even covering everything that's here, one of the things we first hear in verse 2 is echoed by the Magi, by the wise men, when they visit the young Jesus. They quote this section when they're with Herod, when they're asking where can they find this great leader that has been prophesied, that they've seen in the stars. And so it helps connect us from that long line of David, from Bethlehem, that important city. It reminds us that this special child is coming from David, from Bethlehem, from this history that means so much. Second, we see an interplay between a ruler and a shepherd. The text here very clearly does not use the word king, which we know carries a lot of weight, and that's one of the things Herod's worried about. Is this a king coming to supplant him? So it uses the word ruler, someone who's going to be here to guide and direct and oversee. It possibly helps temper our expectation of who is coming, to use ruler instead of kings. Because also kings is an imported concept. Even when the Israelites ask for a king, they're doing so because they look around them and see that other countries, other nations have them, and they think they might want one. So ruler helps us remember the history that we have come from. It helps us remember that the ruler that is coming is not like others, is not a king, but is a shepherd, and all that is entailed in that imagery. Finally, we hear of birth pangs. We have this idea of a woman laboring. Could this be about Mary? Could it be helping us see how this child, how this ruler, how this shepherd is going to come into the world, to help us see that it is indeed going to be a human child? Maybe. It could also be speaking about the imagery of birth pangs. We see this in other places in the Bible as well. Something being born into the world and the struggle that is present in the act of being born that then leads to the joy of a new child, Jesus, or the coming age of peace. All of these things can be heard in these few short verses. So much. It makes me wonder, what stood out to you in this section? And I wonder how you would have felt if you had been anticipating a mighty king to come and save you, and instead you had a small baby that you're being told will be a shepherd. As we end our time together today, we remember the light of Christ, Jesus' light, the light to the world that shines for all of us. And even as we extinguish it here, we remember that the smoke changes, it goes and it spreads. The light is never truly extinguished as long as we believe in the Christ who is coming. Let us change the light.